All right, you guys. Happy, fired up Friday. You guys know the drill. Same time, same place. Double down on a Friday. Oh my gosh. Who was here for earlier Global Fired Up Friday with Cassandra? If so, put it in the chat, your biggest takeaway. That was an amazing call. I'll have the recording up and loaded this evening. But man, y'all, if you were looking for an excuse to not do what you can do, she was not going to let you get away with that. So you have got to check out that recording because she went through her journey. And essentially, you guys, we know that we are in the right place. The best part and my tip and takeaway from today's call was, how she said that you've just got to decide. You know, you cannot let other people dictate your success. People go, people come. What do you want out of your business? What are your goals? It's the beginning of the year. I know a lot of you guys are feeling the fire. You're ready to go. We've got an amazing guest speaker this evening, straight from corporate. This woman knows how to fire us up, let us know that we are in the right place. And that was the biggest thing that I heard from Cassandra this afternoon. She said pharmacy has security. Like this woman had all the places to look. Okay. I need you guys to know that she was trained by the government. And she said, I looked around and I knew that pharmacy was the place to be. They've got the security, they've got the longevity, they've got the vision, right? That was like my favorite part. She said, my favorite part was they listen, corporate listens. And tonight is no different. And testimony to the fact that corporate wants us to win is our amazing guest speaker, Renee Brown. She is in charge of the United States. And she's come here to give us a little bit of insight, a little bit of pharmacy, and of course, some charm. Okay. So I'm very excited to hear you tonight, Renee. You go ahead and take it away, and I'll just sit here and let people in.
Well, thanks, Jennifer. For those of you that don't know, I am a huge Jennifer Hagemeyer fan. Okay, fangirly, like love her to death, love her to pieces. You guys are so lucky to have her as a leader. One thing she does not have lack of is enthusiasm and fire and excitement. Pretty much all the time. Like I don't know what she's hyped on, all those pharmacy NutriPlus products, whatever it might be. But she is just absolutely a firecracker, and this is what I just truly love about her. So, thank you for the invite to come and talk tonight. I got to give you guys some praise though. Friday night at 8 o'clock, and you're in your business.
Here, g-
What?
gi- give me a second.
That's what I'm trying
What?
to.
I don't know of
It's
any
the
other
relay stuff.
teams that
Now it's
are
with
working on a
the
Friday
ball,
night.
each end of
Uh-oh, I hear somebody. There we go. And then to have to follow Cassandra, like I don't know when y'all listen to her, but she's amazing too. Following her, I mean, that's intimidating because she's amazing as well. So we just have a lot of amazing going on. Thank you for letting me spend just a little bit of time here with you guys tonight. For those that don't know, like Jennifer said, I'm the business development manager of the US English market, which is a pretty big market, sort of. And I've been here for 5 years. I just celebrated 5 years with pharmacy on February 1st, actually. So freshly on my 5 year anniversary. And like Cassandra said, like, there is no other place. Like, I have worked for multiple network marketing companies myself since 2011, and I don't think I stayed with any of them for 5 years. I'm I'm pretty sure I did not. Okay. In my role, most network marketing companies have my role. They might call it something different, but they all have it. And nobody stays put. It's like monopoly pieces. Like we're always just kind of trading off and going here and going there. There's a reason why I've been here for 5 years. Okay. And one of those reasons, of course, the stability and the global presence and the debt free and the compensation plan. All of that is fantastic. It truly is. But the biggest reason I stay is because of you guys. You guys are why I stay. All right. So, again, thank you for letting me be here tonight. I could take this in a million different directions. Thank you, Renee. Lots of Renees on this call tonight, right? Like at least three. Um, I could take this a million different ways, but I'm gonna take it one direction, but I'm gonna also talk a little bit about something else too, okay? So hear me out. When Jennifer told me what this team is about to do, okay, what you guys, the direction that you are about to go, I got pumped. Really, really pumped. Okay? You guys are going back to the basics. You guys are going OG style, right? You guys are going traditional. Let me just tell you that the companies that stay that course and the influencers that stay that course are, without a doubt, the most successful. And why do you think that is? It's because it's the foundation of everything that we do. You sell, you sponsor, and you develop people. You duplicate. That's it. This is a pretty simple business model, isn't it? It's pretty simple. But what happens? Because we aren't working in a 9 to 5 job, we don't have the same kind of accountability. We don't have accountability to anybody. You don't have a boss, right? I don't have a boss in this business. Of course, some of you might work outside the home. Maybe you have a boss over there. But here, you don't have one. And that's why this gets messy. Okay? It's simple in concept, but it gets messy because we are only accountable to us, right? You're not our employees, right? You're not. I can't fire you. Right? If you're not showing up, I can't be like, well, you're out. Okay? It doesn't work like that. It's you holding you accountable. And that is where things get messy. Okay? So, first question for you all tonight, and I want you to be brutally honest. Okay? Nobody is judging. This is no judgment zone tonight. Please be perfectly honest and tell me in the chat. When was the last time you had a conversation about your products? Conversation, and not with your sisters, not with your sidelines and your upline and your downline, a conversation. Okay. Okay. Well, this is why Jennifer's team had the highest percentage of growth last month. This is why. You all are confirming why that happened. Okay? Yes, guys, you've got to be having conversations. We are no longer allowed to just post. Hey, whoever's not muted, mute yourself because you're getting in my head and you're going to go off course. We are no longer allowed to just rely on posting and hoping that somebody sees it and somebody reacts. It's too competitive. It's too competitive out there. With everyone on TikTok and Instagram and all the channels, with the millions and millions and millions and millions of people out there posting, it's just too much. It's just too competitive. We are just all out there competing for somebody to pay attention to us and buy our products. It just long term, I'm not saying don't do it. Please do it. Okay? Because you want to be seen. But the problem is this business, this industry is founded on a woman walking up to a door and ringing a doorbell. And how do I know this? Because I was a little kid at my babysitter's house and her Avon lady came. I mean, she was regular, okay? She never missed. And she brought her little books and her little samples, which I was definitely a fan of at that age. I knew her, I loved her. We were face to face, okay? That's where it started. And just because society is now living on this in a box doesn't mean that that's how you're going to find the most success. Okay. That's why I asked you that question. Now, let me ask you another question. Again, brutal honesty, please. Verna used to do door to door. See, I mean, come on. It was probably very successful for you, Verna. Okay. Here's my second question. When was the last time you had a conversation with someone about the opportunity? And I don't mean texting in Messenger or text, our little fingers just, we're all going to have arthritic thumbs by the time we're older, right? When was it? The last time you had a conversation about the opportunity? Well, according to the chat, I can just go home. I can just stop right here. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Now, for those of you that are not commenting in the chat, I'm guessing that you don't remember. And that's not a good thing. But yeah, this team is on fire. I'm not even kidding. All right. So some of you tell me in the chat if you have heard my story about when I was a banker, because it's relative, and I'm sure some of you, for as long as we've all been together, I fear somebody has heard it and you're going to be like, oh God, not that story again. Okay, I'm getting a lot of no's. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story that kind of backs up this whole notion of face to face and how important it is. Oh, Kathy, yeah, you probably have. You probably have heard this one. All right, we're going to do it anyway. Okay. All right. So before I got into network marketing, I was a manager of a bank. Can you see it? Can y'all envision it? It's true. For 12 years, I managed a bank. Helen, you can see it? Well, I was the bank manager for 12 years. All right. And I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely loved it. Oh, Amber, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. Oh, another bank manager, Erica. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. Guys, best job ever. I'm not gonna lie. It was such a great job because I met people every day. I came to know my clients. They knew me, I know them first name basis. I did lending too. I did loans. I did the whole thing. I had a staff. I had the tellers. I had everything. And it was so much fun. And I worked for Chase Bank. My very last bank that I was a manager for was Chase, JP Morgan Chase, hence the blue. No, I'm just kidding. It was a total coincidence. Um, and I literally loved what I did. I really did. Now, did they pay me what I thought I probably should be paid? No, because bankers just don't make a lot of money. So be nice to your bankers. But at that time, which was back prior to 2011, it was commonplace to walk into a bank, like physically walk into a bank. You guys are funny. People don't walk in a bank much anymore, right? You don't walk into a bank as much. If you need a banker, you're doing it online or you're going through the ATM, or you might go through the drive-through at the bank, but we don't necessarily walk into the bank a lot. But back then you did. You walked into the bank. And let me give you a little secret in case you didn't know it. Everybody in that bank is a salesperson. Every single one, from the manager to the new account reps to the tellers, all of them. Tellers you might think are just transactional, but at Chase Bank, they're not just transactional. Okay, because they're trained. They're trained very well. Whoever's not on mute, please mute. To pick up animals because of size. Oh, wait. As a because it gets in my head. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So everybody in that bank, if they're trained well, they're not just there to service you. They're there to sell you something. Our screensaver on our laptops in the bank said, "What have you sold today?" Imagine that every time you got up to go somewhere and you came back and sat down at your desk and wiggled your mouse, that question was there. What have you sold today? Okay. How many of you have a sign somewhere saying, what have you sold today? You probably don't, right? Why? Because you're accountable to you. I was accountable to the big guys. All right. So my job was to make this branch profitable. I mean, isn't that the job of a business person, is to make sure that we're making money? And one of the ways that we measured that was how many people we saw and how many products we sold. Yes, banks are selling products. That's what they're there for. All right. They're not just a depository to hold your cash and, oh, they're so great because they get to hold my money for them and I can make like point nothing percent off of it, right? No, they are actually there to sell you things. So we were judged on that. We were measured on that. Okay. So once a month, my district manager would come in and she would sit down with me and she would say, okay, let's do a review of your profit sheet and let's figure out how you're doing. Again, accountability. Okay? Accountability. And we would talk about my new account reps because those were my frontline people. The tellers, we trained them also to sell, but my frontline people are those people in the little offices. You know, when you walk into a bank and there's people in the little offices all around, those are new account specialists. Those people are to open new accounts. All right. At Chase Bank, when a customer walked in the door, my new account people were to be in the lobby waiting for them to walk in the door with the question. They would say, "Hi, what can I do for you today?" "Well, I'm just here to cash a check." "Oh, well, come with me. I can help you with that." "What? These are the people at the desks. I just want to go to the teller." Oh, and Chase Bank was very good about where they put their tellers. The tellers are way in the back, okay, past all of the account reps. Very smart, very, very smart. Okay, hang with me. I'm going to pull it all together for you. So people walk in the door, my new account reps grab them up, and no matter what they say they're there for, my new account rep is going to say, "I can help you with that. Follow me." Why? Because we want to get their butts in the seats. Because we knew if I can get their butts in the seats, I have an opportunity, right? I have an opportunity. Doesn't mean I'm going to sell them something, but I have an opportunity to sell them something, right? So each one of my new account reps had to keep a log every day, how many people they saw and what products they sold. And as the day went on, we had this big, those sticky post-it note things. We had one of those in the break room. And it was my job multiple times a day to go around and collect their numbers. How many people have you seen? How many products have you sold? And I would go and I would update the chart and I could start to tell what kind of a day we were having. Okay. And if we weren't having such a good day by people just walking in, what happened? I had to put them on the phone. I had to put them on the phone. Okay. Again, this is prior to 2011 when people went into banks. All right. So my manager would sit down with me and say, "Okay, what's your problem, Renee? Do you have a see more problem or do you have a sell more problem?" What does that mean? It means, are you seeing enough people and are you selling enough products? Okay. So here's what I mean by that. If, let's just say Jennifer, we'll call her Jennifer. All right. She's my account rep and she's grabbing people all day long. Her seat is always full. There's butts in that seat all day long, right? Okay. But for some reason, it's just not working out for Jennifer. She's not selling anything. And what do I mean by that? At Chase Bank, when you sit down with a banker, they say, "May I see your ID?" Now remember, they might just be there to cash a check. And these poor people are handing us their ID, okay? That's the way it works. Take the ID, and as we're just having small talk, I'm looking them up on my computer, and I can see everything they have with us and everything they don't, more importantly. All right? So if they have a checking, what don't they have? A savings, overdraft protection, a credit card, an investment account, a mortgage. The list goes on and on. But what do I know about my customer? The more things they have with me, the less likely they are to leave me. Yes? How many of you would feel comfortable right now walking away from your bank? Just leave it. Leave the bank, go find another bank. I just feel like doing another bank now. You probably won't because why? You have everything there. You're paying your bills through there. You've got everything there. You're invested in them. Even when they make you mad, it's so much harder to leave that bank. So if I see somebody that only has one product with us, that's a good day. That's a good day because my opportunity is huge to sell them on something. Okay? Is this making sense, guys? But if I have somebody, okay, who is seeing people all day long and not selling any products, that's a coaching opportunity for me, the manager. Why? She's not asking the right questions. She's not asking the right questions. But what is she doing well? Because we always want to talk about that too. What she's doing well is she's getting people to her desk. Okay? Which is good. That's fantastic. But she's just not turning anything over. All right? Now, the other side of things So that would be a sell more problem. She doesn't have a see more problem. She's seeing enough people. She's not selling enough product. The other problem that someone might have is they're just not getting as many people to the chair. All right. Being a little lazy, a little, I'm not feeling like it today. Okay. Not getting enough people to the seats. But maybe when they get them there, they're selling every single time. They're selling every single time because they're asking the right questions, right? They're doing the right things. They're working smarter, not harder. They're getting right down to business. They understand the assignment. Okay. Now, obviously, my best account reps were the people who could do both and could do both really, really well. And the more effective they were, guess what? The more money they made because they were bonused. Okay. So, of course, the incentive was there to do well because they were working for their families, just like all of you are. Right. So, I'm going to pull this all together for you now. What you do is really no different. Okay. What you do is really, really no different. But you have to put people in the seats. Okay. You have to get people in front of you. And yes, social media is amazing. Don't stop it. Don't stop messaging people. Don't stop the things that you're doing. But I've heard so many of you say, what I'm doing is not working anymore. Well, you know why it's not working anymore? Because we're not going back to the basics, guys. And the basics are seeing people selling product, bringing people into the business, right? Getting them hooked on pharmacy like Chase Bank gets customers hooked on them. And once I do that, guess what? They want everything from me, their nutrition, their makeup, their skincare. Are they leaving? They're not going anywhere. Okay. But you've got to get people in the seats. And that means in front of you. That means face to face. Okay. If you want to change your business, change what you're doing, change your behaviors. And it just so happens that the behaviors that we know work because they've worked for years and years long before some of us were even born, right? Guess what? Coincidentally, that's the model. That's the model that will always work. And why does it work? Because of that face-to-face connection. And that's what I miss about banking. Seriously, is that face-to-face connection. I only get face-to-face with you guys at Pharmasynergy or in Miami if you're there for some reason. I don't get face-to-face with you much. But that's where people really build connection. So here's my final question for you tonight. And you tell me in the chat, be honest, do you have a see more problem? Now let me define it again. It's face to face with people. If you were challenged to have somebody's butt in the seat in front of you every day, all day, could you take that? Do you have a see more challenge? Yeah. I mean, I'm just getting real with you, right? We probably have a see more problem. I know you all told me in the chat earlier that that you've talked to somebody face to face about products and opportunity. But is that just because that might have been the only person you saw that day? Like how many people are you seeing? Okay, now let me ask you another question because most of you said yes, I have a see more problem. Do you have a sell more problem? In other words, maybe you're getting in front of people as much as you possibly can. Maybe you're not asking for the business. You're not converting them to a pharmacy influencer. You're not asking them what they love about their skincare to get a conversation going about the products. All right. So the next time you wake up to work your business, let's just hope it's tomorrow. Okay. You wake up to start your day as a pharmacy influencer. I want you to think back to this tonight and ask yourselves, am I seeing enough people? And am I selling enough product when I do see those people? And a month from now, when you look back on February and you're trying to figure out where did I go wrong? Why isn't this working for me? Why weren't my numbers where I thought they might be? I want you to dig in and say, do I have a Seymour problem or a Selma? Which problem did I have the most in February? Because here's the bottom line, guys. Your answers are right in front of you. You just have to ask yourself. You have to be real with yourself and honest with yourself. Because if you don't do something different, you are not going to get anything different. And I know this seems so simple. Congratulations, Jennifer Little. That's amazing. I know it seems super simple, but again, back to what I started this with tonight. You don't have anybody to be accountable to except for you. You are your accountability person. Are you going to keep letting yourself down? Or are you going to go back to the basics with your fearless leader? Follow her lead, follow her fire, follow her leadership. Okay. Put a note on your laptop if you need to. What did I sell today? Yeah, Melissa, if you see more and sell more. And look, guys, even if it's just a little bit of seeing more and selling more, right? Like nobody expects you to go climb Mount Everest until you've climbed a smaller mountain, right? Okay. So this is nothing to be fearful of or intimidated by. We just need you to sell a little more and see a little more. Does that make sense? Yeah. Jennifer, can you let me see the whole group now and take the spot off of me so I can see people? Because I want to see more faces than what I can see right here. All right. I'm just going to give you guys 2 minutes. If you have any questions of me, please, 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 feel free. Billy Joe sold a calendula today. Brr, right there, right there. Billy Joe.
Amber, can you take it off? I think I gave away my powers. The spotlight.
Well, I hope you didn't give it to me because y'all know I am technically challenged.
I think I made you a co-host.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's everybody. Thank you, thank you. Okay, good. I can see all your faces now. So, please just remember the reason why I'm here and trust that I could be somewhere else and I'm not. And I choose it every day, just like you choose. Now I don't see my face at all. Oh, because I'm off. There we go. Hang on. Whoops. There we go. It's been a long day. But you are in the right place. You are with the best compensation plan. You have everything you need. You have all the tools you need. You just have to hold yourself accountable. If you need to put the sign on your laptop, what did you sell today? Do it. Do whatever you got to do. Anybody have any questions for me before I jump off tonight? Oh, Cassandra said the same thing? I wonder why that is. It's the same, guys. Don't overcomplicate this, okay? Don't overcomplicate it. You know what to do. You just have to do it. And is it uncomfortable? Yes. Yep. It's the only thing dividing you and someone at a boss level. It's literally, listen to my words. It's the difference. And it's you. And I believe in every single one of you. Get uncomfortable. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to turn it back over to Jen. Thank you again for having me. I enjoyed sharing my past life with you. What happens in Zoom stays in Zoom. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very proud of my work as a banker, but we're trying to sell you. So just remember that, okay? All right, guys.
Thank you so much,
You
Renee,
are
for being
so
here. That was
welcome.
so good. I know that everybody appreciates that so much. So
Of
thank you.
course.
Feel free to stick around or hop on off. We understand. We've got just a little bit more time and amazing call. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. See you next time.
Thank you. So good, you guys. That was amazing. How awesome that our corporate will get on at 8 o'clock, on a Friday evening. She's amazing. You guys, what were your biggest takeaways? If anybody wants to unmic, I heard her say, look for coaching opportunities. Look for coaching opportunities. That to me was like, when people are in your commenting or in your stories, look for them, message them, willing participants. The curiosity will lead you to one of the two, right? What one of the two? Such a good call. I feel like that was pretty self-explanatory. We've got that. Replay for later on, and then the Cassandra. And yeah, happy Fire to Friday. As Renee said, we are going to be doing a whole entire back to basics type of boot camp. That's going to be on February 17th. I know that you've seen a little bit of sprinkling of information from Amber and myself, but you guys, we are taking it back old school. So 503 is the formula for success. If you're an OG, you're going to have heard about that. And it's essentially book sell sponsor with a 503. That's 500 in sales, three new business partners every single month, compound over time. That is essentially a 60 to 90 day roadmap to success if done in that way. So back to basics, you guys, compound effort will give you compound results, and it is your own business, and we are at the right place, and we do have so much momentum here and excitement here, but our own businesses. So get on it, get what you got to get done, because like she said, we don't want to look back and be like, oh man, well, I wish I would have, I wish I could. We all know what we need to do. Amber, do you want to add anything, or does anyone have any questions, or we can call it an evening and kind of a shorter? Billy wants to say something. Do you know how to unmute yourself, Billy?
I do.
Okay.
I was curious with Cassandra today. She talked about podcasts. I was wondering if in M&M we could do like a list of podcasts that maybe we could go to and check out.
Yes, we can get the list of the ones that she mentioned today. I know she
Because I'm sure
mentioned,
you have a lot.
yeah, she says she mentioned Fraser Brooks. She mentioned what was her name? Emily Ford, and I forget the other
A
person that she
Jessie
mentioned.
Lee, I think.
Jessie Lee, which you can watch her information on what's her name? Fletcher, last name Fletcher. There is somebody that posts all of her content. She's still circulating. And guess what she's talking about? The basics. Talking
Yeah.
about the basics. So it's really cool to know that formula hasn't changed. Being a good human hasn't changed. Providing value hasn't changed. Offering, a solution to a problem.
So I do have a question for you. When she's talked about the Chase Bank and like everybody's up front and the tellers are in the back, like how would you look at that in pharmacy and an influencer and what, like
I
somebody that's out there and doing everything they should and somebody that's, I
I think
guess maybe not.
I feel like the analogy was that you have to go past a bunch of maybe encounters and how many times, like Cassandra was saying today, how many times does somebody have to see you before you land the sale? It's
Okay,
about being
got it.
consistent.
I'm
And
overthinking it. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, we're all overthinking it most of the time. And the cool part about this is just, one step a day moves the needle in your business. And guys, this is all personal growth, okay? Essentially, self-discipline is consistency. Okay, so if you struggle with doing the things every single day, you're struggling with the consistency, you're struggling with self-discipline. If you're struggling with self-discipline, you're struggling with self-love. Ooh, that hurts. Because if you don't show up, do you love yourself? Because you should be you wanting to do this for a reason that propels you forward. Remember, this is dropping emotion and just doing what needs to be done in business. Because we are business women. If you want to run it like a business, treat it like a business. Jesse, I see you've got your hand up. Go ahead and unmute.
I was just going to comment on that analogy thing because
Mhm.
my thoughts when she was saying it was, oh, sorry, I didn't realize my camera's off. My thoughts when she was saying it was that, like, there's so many other business opportunities out there, right? And so the people who are maybe already looking or maybe already interested or maybe think, oh, this might be for me, maybe already have one in their mind. Maybe it's Mary Kay, maybe it's Unique, maybe it's one of the other ones. And we have to be the ones that like step in the path, like, no, this way. Let me tell you about this one. Let me show you this one and put your face in front of them first. Because if they're already thinking and looking and exploring the possibility, why not step in their sight and say, I got this over here for you, and this is better. That was my take on it.
That's good. That's good. And I see Kayla. Kayla, do you want to unmic and unmute and say what you said here in the comment? Because that's good too.
Yeah, I think Jesse and I were thinking the same thing. If we see a friend that is looking for a new cleanser, don't just sit back. Like, that's your time to step in and grab that person before they keep looking, before they go to the store and look for it, or go to a different friend and they grab them in, right? So you got to be that first person that when they walk in the door or you hear them asking for something, you got to be that first person that grabs their attention and say, hey, I got this for you. So just grabbing them right away instead of sitting back. Well, maybe they'll come to me, right? Maybe they'll come to me. You got to grab them first.
That's good. That's good. I also like how she said that more products in somebody's makeup bag, the better, right? And that makes so much sense because it's so true. I don't, we tend to stick with what we love. We learned that in our past company. Skincare is specifically is that one product that like people they don't want to switch it up. Once you find something you like, and I'm me too. I find something I like, I'm done. So I think that's to be taken into consideration too with those here. I think the nutrition line will probably fall into that category too. When somebody likes something that works, keep on it. Does anyone else want to add anything or mention? Remember, this is a free time to chat and just collaborate as well. So feel there's no, there everybody can talk.
Erica has her hand up.
Okay, Erica, I don't even see you, so go ahead and unmute yourself.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so because I'm sitting here thinking, because I spent, 14 years as a teller manager, and I'm like, Renee had a great point. And just to what you just said, right? The more products in somebody's pocket really gets them to stick with you. But something I was thinking when I think Kayla just said something, think about this. We may have customers who only buy nutrition from us. Have we had a conversation about their skincare? Excuse me. Have we even asked that? Or is it just we are just said, hey, they're buying the nutrition. So I'm just going to keep it just as nutrition. But when you think about what Renee's analogy is, what we do is as tellers, when you come to the screen, we look at your profile and we analyze, okay, I see they got this, but they don't have this. So we sometimes are not thinking that far to say, okay, well, you know what? Jennifer buys all her nutrition from me, but let me ask her one day, hey, what do you use for skincare? Your skin looks great. You don't have to jump in and say, oh my God. So we have skincare too. You want to talk about that? No, there's a certain way to set up those probing questions. And it's one of the things I do in my class all the time because we have to identify probing questions. Think about that. Go through your client list and see what they don't buy for you. And next time you have a conversation with them, ask them, hey, your skin looks great. Or hey, your hair looks great today. What do you use? Right? Build it into that casual conversation because you never know. They may know you have it, but they may not know you have something that's more beneficial than what they currently are using. So I just was sitting here thinking that I was just like mind blown. I was like, oh my God, I have so many people that just buy one set of stuff. Maybe I'm missing something. Even when they comment on my post, oh, your hair looks amazing. And I'm like, thanks. Well, hey, what do you use? Right? Like build a conversation. Sometimes we overlook that comment because we're like, oh yeah, they commented. But are we having those conversations? Because we're missing that little extra connection there that could be a world of opportunity for us.
That's a good point. So true. So true. Yeah, this is so fun, you guys. It really is. Make it fun. Make it fun. Remember it's fun. And we got so like Cassandra said, like Renee said, pharmacy is the place to be. Keep focused. Keep focused, blinders on, and celebrate your wins. But you can't complain if you're not doing the things either. That's just getting real with the whole, you know, just like she said, if people you see people take it as an opportunity, the same thing with yourself. You signed up, take advantage of the opportunity. Crystal, go ahead and say something here. I see your hand up.
One thing that we can do, and this is something that I do a lot of times when I sell products, go to your if you go to a coffee shop, open up your phone, open up your computer, play around with it, and you order some coffee, take your package of Delish with you. Put it on the table, have people see it, put your Delish inside your coffee, stir it up. People are going to start staring and they're going to be wondering, what is she doing? And if they stare, then you make that conversation. You're like, oh, hey, like, how are you? And then it's like, have you ever tried this? Oh my gosh, it's delicious when you put it in your cappuccino. when you put it in your frappuccino, when you put it in your iced coffee, because and then they're hooked because they're really intrigued and then they are wanting that product. And then when you're talking about the delish, now we can up it with the mushroom coffee. Have you ever tried the mushroom coffee? Have you ever done this? Have you ever, we have chocolate collagen. You can take whatever product you're doing and you already have a plan that you're going to a coffee shop or if you're going to the mall or if you're going to the grocery store or you're going to the gym, take your products with you that pertain in those areas. When I go to Walmart, you guys know I take mascara with me all the time. When I go to Target, I take mascara with me all the time. Now, with the nutritional stuff, I literally take my collagen, my chocolate collagen, and I take my mushroom coffee. I sit it on the table so people look at it. They see my tripod right there. My phone is hooked up right there, and they're like, what is this girl doing? And half the time it's the employees that ask you, and then they're the ones who are buying it. So think of those kind of things. If you're going to, let's just say you're going to the mall and you're going to, I don't know, I don't go to the mall because I shop online. But anywho's like Saks Fifth Avenue or something like that. And you walk in there and you're walking through the perfume aisle. Take your perfume with you and start spraying people. I don't know. Like be there and it's like you could even ask when the people in the perfume aisle, it's like, um, hey, can you smell this? What does this remind you of what perfume you sell? And then they might tell you and have those conversations. I love talking to people and I love not like I like to make them think about something. You know what I mean? And that's how you can just like sell, getting out of your comfort zone. And I know talking to people, talking to strangers is so scary because it's scary for me when I do the opportunity stuff. And it's like, oh, what do I say now? But selling products is easy because I love it. And I love the opportunity too. Don't get me wrong. I love the money. But it's something that you could just keep walking and talking and wherever you're at. If you're at picking up your kids at the at school, you know, doing I don't know, take some lotion with you. Stand outside for a minute. Open up that jar of that butter or that body butter. Put it all over your skin. Let those moms look at you. And then you could talk about those. And those are things that you can sell. That's all I've got.
Thank you. Kathy, go ahead and unmic yourself.
Mine was just a quick question. I spoke to somebody recently and about the products, about the opportunity, but mostly the products to start. And apparently she had tried pharmacy when it first came out in the US and didn't like it. How do you get those people? I know a few of them. How do you get those people to try it now?
Can I
And
answer this
explain
one?
it's different.
Because I have signed up a lot of people with the same, they said the same thing. So I would tell them, and this is what I say. I'm going to be honest, you guys. I'm going to be very transparent here. I say I wouldn't have signed up with pharmacy back then either. I didn't like how the products looked. I didn't like the formulation of the products. It is a completely different company and just say too, say my friend, Amber, she came over and she got a PR box sent and she didn't even want to open it. And she opened it, she tried it, she fell in love, completely reformulated, absolutely gorgeous packaging. It's like a whole new company. Like we were new. Tell her, pharmacy's only been in the US for 6 years. So it was in the beginning when she tried it. It's a completely different company. And I would say, $7 right now, just give it a try. You're going to love the products. It is not anything like what you remember. Completely different. Like formula, packaging, everything is different.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I've
think a lot
offered
of
even
us.
to try or set because I know a lot of the samples are not available. So
Uh-huh.
I bought a whole bunch of the pots and stuff, which I've sent out skincare and I've gotten customers that way. But I've offered to make her samples and send her stuff. And, you know, she wasn't interested. I mean, I'm gonna keep trying. Eventually she's gonna come around, but I
You
just
know,
wasn't sure how to.
maybe you just send it to her as a gift. Yeah,
Yeah.
if I didn't get it sent to me, I would have never tried it either because I think a lot of us most of us on this call, not everybody, but most of us came from the same company, and we weren't a very big fan of pharmacy. So I think it's crazy in the world, the universe works in a crazy way that we're all here and we absolutely love it. But maybe you just send her a little surprise gift and say you need to try it. You need to try it and see it's not the same.
Okay. That's just, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
Oh, so great questions. Does anyone else have anything that, oh, Bridget, go ahead and,
Oh, hey, I just want to follow up with Kathy and then Amber because that's so true. I am sending out, I did a training on this already, but I'm sending out and I have been sending out just sample packages, even like extra like of my favorites, even the teas, stuff like that because people are like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to like that, so I don't want to try it. Like I don't want to get it." So it's up to me to like, okay, you know what? I have the stock. I'm sending you some. It's not a loss to me at all because I'm still going to use the products. But I think, like what Amber said, like just send it to her. Like, who cares?
Right.
She has it. She's going to be more intrigued at that point to try it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I mean,
I really
I've done
feel
that.
that, yeah, I really feel like, a lot of my customers, some of them came and a lot didn't. And I'm rebuilding. So that's just my way, whether you're a customer or not. I've got the stash, I'm going to send it out. It's not a loss to me more than anything. It's good customer service. That's how I
Right.
think of it. Yeah.
I mean, I do that with the skincare before somebody spends a lot of money to buy the whole, even though we're not a lot of money, but to buy the whole skincare line, I send them a sample, like a 2-day. I make up the little pots and then put numbers on them, the order to do them and everything, before they spend the money. And I've been lucky that I've had people that will purchase it because they've tried it and liked it that way. But I like making my own samples, but yeah, maybe I'll make up a basket or something and send to her with like a little sample basket of stuff. Thank you.
all right. I feel like we're good for the evening, you guys. So keep eyes open February 17th. And that doesn't mean that we wait till the 17th. That doesn't mean that, we have to be planting the seeds right now. We don't want to happen what happened last month. Well, it's always going to happen. We're always going to be running the last of the month, but let's get ahead of it. Let's get ahead of it, instead of waiting till that 11th hour, although it's so exciting. Get started now. The 17th is going to be here before you know it. So make sure your storefront looks good. Make sure you know what products you're going to be talking about on a regular basis, because also back to basics is talking about the same products in repetition, your hero products, the things that you love, the things that you don't try to be anybody else. If you don't like the special, focus on what you're going to use every single day, because without being consistent, it's like people don't know. We have so many things here at pharmacy. Pick 5 hero products. 555, 503. 17th is going to be here before you know it. And we're so excited, you guys. So proud of you. And can't wait to see you guys next week. And I think that's it for this evening. I'll have this recording. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye.